you guys are gonna find this all funny. I actually have already reviewed this dude. The problem is that I have lost the footage. Yeah, that happened. So now I have to talk about him again. But the benefit of talking about him now is I have actually gotten Siren out of storage, so I can actually talk about the stupid issue I had with Siren. And yeah. So anyways, this is our review of Bossman, aka Generation 1 Boss. And yeah. So, yeah. All that cool shit. Anyways, he's a retool off of the Fans Hobby Siren mold. I know they positioned the fucking shoulders differently on him. I want to say, because I think how some of the promotional images were having it was kind of like this. They're like that. Because I think Boss's shoulders were more like, I don't know how, but like, yeah, they were different. Anyways, he still has the little stat reader that fucking Siren had. And if we compare, I actually do have my Siren here, and I have this little sticker label thing. The readout is actually different, so that's interesting. If I bring in another Fans Hobby figure, here we have Pyro, who is one of the previous year's TFcons, and you can see that his thingies are significantly shorter than either one of them. But yeah. Hold on, let me readjust that down for him. But yeah, this video will mainly be just discussing the differences between them two. He is a nice companion piece to him for last year's exclusive. I still gotta throw a repo label on there. Gotta see where the placement was in the G1 Boss. But yeah. Gonna move him out of the way. And we're gonna talk about some differences between these two guys in robot mode. You can see the tire paint applications are different. Kinda like how they did that to mimic a pin. I don't know why. I just found that kinda funny. But yeah, it's a different shade of blue. As you can see, the blues aren't the same. Heads are obviously different, but we'll do a close-up just so you guys can see. There ain't any mold changes. It's just literally just paint. That's really all it is. Paint, and the only mold changes was in his face. Now, I had the fingers pop off on him and then completely break as a result. I made contact Fans Hobby just to get a new set of hands. I think that just may result in them sending me a whole fucking torso, because oh no, actually they're on the mushroom peg, so yeah, literally if I could just get sent a new pair of hands just to pop off, pop on, that would be great. Because I have their Siren, and I know the blacks are the same, so yeah. Yeah, it's because I was trying to pop it back on, and that's when it broke on one side, and then I had the same exact thing happen to the other side, so now he's fingerless. And yeah. Oh yeah, and the paint scratched on the sides. What I always find stupid about these Fans Hobby ones is you gotta knock that off and it does parts forming. I find that so unnecessary. It really is. The Tire Returns one did it better. He pops off. Thankfully, Fans Hobby went like, oh, we shouldn't paint the fucking head. Because I want to say Pyro. Yeah, Pyro's is also not painted. So you don't have the fucking paint chipping that fucker has. I want to say I bought him at the same TFcon I did Pyro. But no, I bought him after the TFcon. But yeah, anyways. Oh yeah, get a closer look at the head. You know what? Let me get what's his name back into fucking head mode. So that way I could show you the differences up close. Very different indeed. Very, very different. But you can see him being in the head mode already fucking up his head. The back of the head. But yeah, we're going to get him into robot mode. And that's where he kind of gets pulling. And, well, I mean, they're all kind of pulling, if I'm being honest. If you look. That's the one thing Fans Hobbies, these headmasters from them, kind of suffer from. They kind of all look the samey. Oh yeah, and one unfortunate thing is on my Pyro, the red's fucking shipping. Because most of it's the same. Or actually, no, that's all the same. Like, I think the only difference between these three is his fucking arms. I think that's literally it. Is the upper arm is different. And the chests. The chests are different. Other than that, these are literally the same molds. They're the same heads. I think they're the same heads. No, the heads are ever so slightly different. Like, literally, it's a very slight. And then, oh yeah, the fucking legs are ever so slightly different. Okay, now we're back. As we were saying before, don't know if Siren was... Not Siren, if Hosehead had the same tooling as he did. I would assume so. But, yeah. I mean, obviously, the face and the horn tooling is different, but between them two, but yeah. Anyways, that's a whole other thing. Okay. So, other than the face differences, there aren't really too many differences between these two, other than the visible spoiler, which is not apparent there. If I take it off, you can see these parts are raised a lot higher than they are here, whereas they're just kind of nubs there. That's just to be noted. And, yeah. So, we're going to get them in vehicle mode. I will show you how to get him into vehicle mode, whereas him, we'll just transform him through the power of movie magic. So, okay. What we want to do, unfold that from there. Unfold that. Do the same thing on the other side. Boopity boop. Now what you want to do is fold that in like so. Boop. Boop. There we go. Now open that up, which will open a whole thing up. Fold that in, because that will fold into there. And then, oh yeah, that will slot into there. Kind of forgot to mention that part. And then you just kind of bring in the arm. Like so. And then, oh yeah, you want to take off the head during this whole process, so make sure you have your headmaster off. And then one other thing too is you want to lift these two pieces, fold them in, so that way you could get the arms in, push the arm in, do that, push the arm in. We'll kind of deal with the arms a little later, because there's a certain thing you gotta do with these. That we'll kind of talk about when we get there, but for now, we're just gonna leave them as is. You're gonna open up the back, because there's two panels there that are kind of important. For a little later. Okay. So now we've gotten that done. You fold out that, fold that in. The foot part is pretty much almost done. So, okay. So the arms have to go in a certain way so that I believe this tab will tab into there. That's if I can remember correctly, if that's what was supposed to go on here. Because I know there's a whole lot of panels moving. Then you got to move that around. Boop. Fold that out. because that tabs into there. Okay. I'm like having to relearn how like this transforms. Fuck. Because I know these tab into a certain spot. Shit, I'm like trying to remember this. Oh yeah, I forgot these fold out. You want to fold out that because that's going to be a pain in the ass to do if you don't do it now. Shit. My brain is just melting right now. Okay, I want to say maybe I fold that down. Okay. I know there's something to this. What the fuck? Oh, there we go. Okay. So you gotta get the arms positioned like so, right there. Because there's a little tab, which will tab into that tab right there. Boop. You got one side done. And this is where I would actually recommend start tabbing in this windshield area here. Is because once you got that tab, the other side's pretty easy to do. So we'll move the arm like so, like how we just got it. We'll do the same thing for the other side. So you just kind of boopity boop it, if you can get everything moving. Oh, wait a minute. Oop. Okay. There we go. Okay. Alright, so we fold that, and then, oh whoops, that part was not how it was supposed to be. So if you want to just de-tab that out, so that way you can get this part tabbed in, you could totally do that, and still get everything all aligned up. So I'll probably just cut this part down, just for fucking ease of editing later. Okay, why is that not wanting to go in now? There we go. Okay, cool. So getting that part done first is actually probably the easiest thing you can do. Because then once you get that done, the whole getting the legs in here is quite simple. You just boop, boop, done, and then we move on to the next leg. And we kind of repeat the same process. Essentially. Okay. Perfect. Combine that. Push the... Okay, I gotta pull this off camera because there's this certain thing not moving the way it's supposed to. With third-party figures, I kind of don't want to break them, especially exclusives, so I'd rather just finagle it off camera. Okay, there we go. So we got that all finagled. We just get the fucking foot on the door, or actually, let's get the foot on the side here first. There we go. Just once we can get that, getting everything else to kind of Okay, maybe not. Maybe tap that in first and then get everything else in. God fucking. These fucking tabs are annoying because it only needs like 2 of them, but it's fucking insistent on 3 of them. Alright, perfect. And we'll do the finishing touches on this thing in just a bit. I'll be right back and we'll cover the final bits to put on and also his other buddy. So we'll be right back. Okay, we're back and we have both of them in vehicle mode. Yeah, no, this transformation is just a pain in the ass to do on camera as I fucking hate this thing. Okay, as I was saying, this transformation is a pain in the ass to do on camera, whereas I did Siren off camera and literally had no issues. So, yeah, this mold's kind of a pain in the ass to do on camera. But anyways, yeah. Oh yeah, of course the windshield part can lift up and fold that in. You can fit your little pilot in there and all that cool shit. Of course you could fold out his legs and actually fit it down in there more, but I just did that because I was kind of lazy. Anyways, to get this configured into the other mode, we're going to take these off. Well, take that off. Make sure you don't lose your pieces, as I imagine these parts are probably easy to replace, just due to the nature of convention exclusive and all. So okay, you fold away the handle, and then you insert this on here, like so. Oh yeah, the gun kind of pegs in similar to his. There's like a tab on the inside of the hand. You just ploop, and yeah. It's not the best solution. It's like most MPs, but yeah. Anyways, oh yeah, and before we get that on, what we gotta do is move the missiles to on top of the spoiler. You only do that with 2 because there's only 2 slots. You plug in the spoiler, and there we got Boss in vehicle mode. And I guess we'll just, for shits and giggles, we will throw his little buddy in there, and most of his face is covered. Unlike Boss's. So yeah. Oh yeah, and a neat gimmick is these can come up. Did that on the original, and Boss carries that same gimmick on him as well. And they both got rubber tires, and they both roll pretty great. Here's the back side. And yeah, I'll just put these down, keep that up for him. But yeah, that's a look at the the TFcon Bossman from Fans Hobby. It's a fun exclusive. I wouldn't say I don't like this mold as much as I love the Pyro mold, but it's still a good time. Good fun time. QC is pretty good. Fans Project was the one that kind of had the shit QC this year. Yeah. Because the Ocular Max exclusive for this year, QC is pretty fucking good. That being the fucking Rewind, which we covered on here, which was good. But yeah, I'm excited to see what the is it Toronto that's coming up? Toronto or Chicago? Can't remember which. But there's another TFcon coming up, and I'm excited to see what the exclusives are, and hopefully it's something cool. And I may get it online, of course, on Chosen Prime, because I won't be there in person. So yeah. Anyways, this is me, Kwa, signing out here. You guys have a good one. Peace.